Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Aditya Bhasin, Head of Consumer Marketing and Digital Banking at Bank of America, for our next keynote presentation.
Money makes the world go around, the world go around, the world go around. Money makes the world go around, the last people for sure.
Guess my music selection showed up a little early, so good morning. I figured the nights get progressively later as the conference goes on. And so thanks everybody for being at the early morning set of keynotes. We appreciate it. It's great to be here. It's great to be here at the intersection of digital payments, of digital marketing, of analytics, and financial services. And it's in fact a sign of our times, and a lot of what I'd like to talk to you about today, that today begins with keynotes from Facebook, Bank of America, and First Data, all in a row. It's actually been like that all week this week, right? That's what makes, and a big shout out to the Money 2020 team, is what makes this event great. Banks, retailers, software companies, networks, processors, we're all here under one roof. And that's awesome because we're better for our customers, for all of our customers, yours, ours, when we're all connected. So why does it actually make sense for us to be sandwiched between Facebook and First Data? And Deborah, we love the, first of all, we love all the analytics that you guys showed, and also the autofill of the Bank America card that I'm sure was what filled the Jack's Thread app. But why are we here? Why does it make sense? And why does it make sense for a 220-year-old bank at any conference that has the word emerging in it? And the answer is because we're big time in the payments business today, both emerging and traditional. We have the honor of serving 50 million customers. 30 million of those customers are active online banking customers. 14 million of them are active mobile banking customers. And that number actually is growing 40 to 50,000 users every week. And they swipe their debit and credit cards 200 to 300 times a second. We serve 3 million small business customers and 300,000 plus Bank of America merchant services customers who accept payments. And we're delivering this scale with things that consumers and merchants, small and large, demand of all of us: reliability, accessibility, and security. Without that basis of trust, there's no payments business, emerging or not emerging. Digital financial services, and in some ways digital payments more broadly, are taking off. The adoption cycles continue to shrink as smartphones fundamentally change the way people behave in their regular lives, customers behave in their regular lives. You know, there's that stat that 70% of all smartphone users say they have their phone within 3 feet of them at all times. Their digital financial lives are actually no different. Their expectation is no different. This chart shows the time to mass adoption for some of the technologies that are on the screen. Decades for online banking, years for mobile banking, and like I said, that adoption keeps growing at about 40 to 50,000 customers a week. And for great new services like mobile check deposit, where a customer can take a picture of their check and deposit the check via image, happen in a matter of months. In fact, we are depositing hundreds of thousands of checks every week using mobile check deposit. Our customers are doing that. And what it shows is customers' tremendous appetite, and it's a real appetite for more engaging, more convenient ways to manage their money. And when we get it right, so the experiences are seamless, they're great for mobile, they're built for mobile, they meet customers' needs in the way they live their lives, and ones that work anytime, anywhere, they use it. And they use a lot of it. And that's actually an important note here for our discussion today. Interoperability, seamlessness for the consumer. Mobile check deposit is awesome for our customers because it works anywhere, it works anytime, it works on any check. It's not like it just works on our checks only or a small association's group of checks only. It works all the time. So that's the progress in banking. We're also making progress in payments and commerce. In mobile alone, So this is mobile only. Bank of America mobile banking customers complete over $8.5 billion in transactions in money movement every month. That's paying bills electronically, transferring money to friends and family, transferring money between themselves. $8.5 billion. We don't think there's anything emerging about that. That's mainstream. So if it's all so great, why is the guy in this picture so irritated? Can we hit the video, guys?
Before Curtis used Bank of America's mobile banking app to securely transfer money using only an email address. Thank you. Before he missed his last three-footer of the day on 18. Before he said, on 50. Before finding water, trees, and sand on 10, 5, 8, 3. Curtis downloaded Bank of America's mobile banking app on the off chance he'd have to settle up at the end of his round. That's the convenience of mobile connections. Download our mobile banking app today.
Sorry, it's Vegas. We had to do it. Other than how easy, secure, and seamless that experience is for customers, which it really is, what's unique and what's really important for today's discussion is that that example actually rides on our Clear Exchange platform. It's a collaborative effort between Bank of America, Chase, and Wells, and it enables a customer to pay anyone at any bank with just an email address or a mobile number. That's a lot more secure. It's customer friendly. It's a lot more secure and customer friendly than routing numbers and account numbers floating around the internet or on a piece of paper in your buddy's pocket. In a very short time, we've been doing the Clear Exchange for just about a year now. Bank of America consumers and small businesses are using email addresses and mobile numbers to transfer over $100 million every month. So that's money movement and payments. Let's talk about commerce. We're making progress in the commerce area as well. Bank of America Deals is our card-linked offer platform that we run with Cardlytics. It provides a very unique way for Bank of America and Merrill Lynch debit or credit customers to save money on the purchases that they make every day. They log into online banking or into mobile banking. They can look at the deals that they have active for them while they're shopping or while they're preparing to go out to shop. And it's completely frictionless. They select the coupon. It gets automatically added to all of their Bank of America debit and credit products. And the next time they walk into that merchant, they swipe, the coupon gets automatically applied, they get a text, and it's done. It's completely seamless for the customer. It's frictionless. There's no coupons to clip. There's nothing to bring into the retailer, and the consumer saves 5 to 20% on their purchases, depending on how the merchant is targeting them. But there's another important benefit here. It's us helping merchants connect with customers in a way that wasn't possible before now, because it allows them to analyze, to target, to reach customers who are most valuable to them in a secure platform that is available and accessible and that is completely privacy protected so that no customer information ever crosses the transom. Also, about a year, Bank of America Deals serves millions of customers today. We've saved customers $15 million so far. That's real dollars deposited into their accounts and help merchants generate over $150 million in measurable, incremental revenue. And for the marketing leaders out there, I completely know your pain. Showing tangible return on marketing investment is really, really important, and this platform allows them to do that. So if there are any Bank of America customers in the room, statistically there should be at least 20 to 30% of you. You can see your deals on your phone right now. Grab your phone, log into mobile banking, or when you go home, log into online banking, your deals will be available and you can start saving money. So with all of that progress in digital financial services, in e-commerce, in payments, why are we still making almost all of our purchases with a plastic card? It's clear from some of the stats and things that I've shown you that consumers and merchants are very willing to engage with us in new ways, in innovative ways. And 5 years ago, everybody thought that the transformation to mobile payments would be well on its way by now. But the reality is that the most used mobile payment device is still this one. In fact, everybody in the room took out this card when they checked into their hotel early this week or paid for their cab ride on the way over. And frankly, when we started doing speeches on this topic a little while ago, we thought this bit could only last for like a couple years, but we're still showing the card. So why is that? And we submit to you that it's because of all these people, all of our customers, all of our merchants. Because when you ask consumers about what matters to them in payments, they tell you they want 4 very basic things: convenience, acceptance, security, and rewards. And the little plastic card actually delivers very well against those things. It's very reliable, works everywhere. Customers trust it. But let's actually take a step back. Customers actually don't care about any of that stuff. In fact, the only reason they told us those 4 things is because we put them in a focus group room and said, what do you care about in payments? Because they actually don't care about it, and nor should they. What they're focused on is on living their lives, on buying stuff, on worrying about their kids, on planning for the future, on saving for a purchase that they want to make. Those are the things that customers actually care about. And so maybe the learning there for all of us is let's stop thinking about just digitizing payments. And let's start thinking more about how we can all come together and enable our customers to live better, easier, more convenient financial lives. We think about this as partnering with all of you to deliver actually a better shopping experience. So Claudia in this picture is going to use an app to search for something, or a merchant that she's going to buy it at. She's going to discover it probably on some maybe combination of apps. She's going to go to another app to go and read reviews about the merchant or the thing that she's about to go buy. She then will log into Bank of America Deals and see if there's an offer available. Now, at the same time, on the other side, the merchant is saying, I got to publish this offer, on this one platform. I got to figure out what pricing I'm going to offer to Claudia. We got to figure out, then we all got to go onto a different set of platforms and go do payments. And then Claudia's got to go into some other app to go and figure out what loyalty options she's got. And then somebody's got to do a bunch of math to tell the merchant whether they got anything for all the activity they had to undertake to go through the cycle. Now, there are many of you in the room. There are a ton of companies here, small companies, large companies, that do one or more of these things. And you all do them really, really well. But we all do them in a really siloed way. And Claudia and the merchant have to do a ton of work to get what they want for all of it to just work together. So all, or at least most of these elements have to be brought together in a way that starts to feel seamless for the customer. And the implication for all of us is that we have to come together to deliver a better shopping experience, not just a better point payment solution or point loyalty solution. And in doing that, we have to be grounded in some fundamentals that enable us to reach mass adoption. Some set of standards and guidelines that reinforce some of the core customer expectations, which is it needs to work everywhere, first of all, or I won't really be compelled to engage in it. It needs to work every time, or I'm probably going to stop using it. And it needs, most importantly, to protect me and my account information, or no matter how much reward or incentive you give me, I'm not going to use it. We think that standards and guidelines can help define these core elements. They can align us as an industry, and they can provide a framework for us to move from point solutions to mass adoption. And we think some of the most important areas, or at least 3 of the most important areas in this space, are standards around security, around interoperability between all the functions in that payment cycle, or in that shopping cycle, and importantly, and yes, I said it, compliance. Because it matters, and it's very important to the integrity of the payments ecosystem that we are all trying to live in. It's not like we haven't lived through this before. Check out this ad from the time when Visa was formed over 40 years ago, and I'll read you a small clip of it. You need a card that's as good as money in your pocket, a card that's not only safe and convenient to use, but one that's likely to be recognized and accepted wherever you are, whatever you're doing. These guys got this 50 years ago. And if 50 years ago we kept trying to put Bank Americard terminals and Diners Club terminals into every merchant, we wouldn't have the global acceptance platform that we have today. And it's not like we don't compete, right? I mean, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, us, and all our peer banks, there's a very vigorous, open competition there, but we are riding common rails. And in doing so, we've been successful at meeting the customer's expectation. We can and we need to do it again in this space. And that's why we support the Visa, MasterCard, and American Express global standard announcement that they announced last week. It's a step in the direction that we need to go. So what is our role in that ecosystem? Banks and networks have solid rails that allow us to manage authorization, settlement, clearing, fraud, managing fraud risk, and taking credit risk. This is what we do well. This is what our customers, all of our customers, expect us to do well. They're not necessarily the sexiest elements of the customer experience, but they serve and they protect all of our common customers. And as I said to you at the beginning, we do this hundreds of times a second at significant scale. And all of these items are actually critically important to everything that everyone in this room and in the exhibition hall downstairs is actually trying to pursue. So we propose to all of you that all of you innovators actually build on top of this platform. We have today APIs that allow online and mobile developers to take payments using these very well-scaled platforms. Now, they're not quite as simple as they need to be, or maybe not as interoperable as we need to be. We know we're not sometimes the easiest to do business with, but we're working on that, and we're working to simplify and make those open protocols easier to integrate. It's a good example to take here to replicate what others have been very successful at, taking a solid foundation and building off of it. iOS and Android aren't operating systems that prohibited innovation. They were foundations that enabled customer innovation on top of the platform by millions and millions of developers, ultimately for the benefit of consumers. And if you stay tuned next for Frank's speech, you'll see how Bank of America Merchant Services is working with First Data to do exactly this on an innovative, open platform for Bank of America merchants to use on their countertops across the country. You're going to see something that's open, secure, scaled, and connected to their bank. Many of us are already connected. This is a pretty tight-knit industry, and events like this serve to connect us even better. But I challenge all of us in this room to focus our unique opportunities, our unique capabilities, the millions of dollars of investment, and all the great brain power that's in this room to make the lives of our consumers better. And if we work more closely together, if we keep a common eye and a common vigilance on security and compliance, and build on the great foundation that we have established today that works, we can better enable our customers' financial lives. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your partnership. We look forward to working with you.